Big Polly's World of Sports Sims presents FHM 6, the Brass Bonanza series. This is part number 20, and today we're taking a look at a game played on February 15th, 1981, as the Hartford Whalers travel to Chicago Stadium to take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Right now, we are 14 wins, 37 losses, and 6 ties, and I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this, because with that bad a record, I'm liable to be fired as a GM. I have 34 points, second lowest. Only the Colorado Rockies are worst at 27 points. We'll look at the stats real fast. In this 80-81 replay, you got this fellow here, Guy Coulinard. He is the leading goal scorer with 44 goals. Actually, Kent Nielsen is also with Calgary, and he has 44 goals as well. Gretzky has 41, in case you're wondering. Person of the Islanders has 65, even though he's a defenseman. Kent Nielsen is at 107 points, so the Calgary Flames putting up a lot of points. Plus-minus leader is Brown Scheidel of the St. Louis Blues with 39. And leading in penalty minutes is Paul Baxter of the Quebec Nordiques at 357. Goalie leaders, Eddie Mio is leading most of the statistics with 29 wins, 9 ties, and a 2.85 goals against average, and a .908 save percentage. Other goalies doing well: Lassard of the Los Angeles Kings, Tony Esposito, who has played in 51 games and has 6 shutouts. That's pretty much it. So we'll get to today's game. We are at Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, of course. And we're going to drop the puck. It is the Whalers playing the Blackhawks. Don Beaupre in goal for the Whalers, so he is the number 2 goalie. And Tony Esposito in goal for Chicago. The players to watch: Mark Howe of the Whalers, Doug Wilson of the Chicago Blackhawks, the mighty Blackhawks. Here come the Hawks. Okay, here we go. So if I'm still around as GM, I'll get a high draft pick. And we have our first penalty of the game. Crossman, I thought that C was a G. He gets booked for hooking in just a minute and 13. So off to the sin bin he goes, and the Whalers with a power play. And let's see if they can take advantage of it here. Looks like they will. And a goal! Hangsleben with an assist from Andre Lacroix at 2:54, and Hartford on the board, 1-0. They've had a terrible go of it on the road, and when we get this game over with, I will show you the statistics of the season, because I forgot to mention they have not been doing good on the road. Rick Lee called for holding at 5:01, so Chicago with the power play. Early shot total 7-4 in favor of Hartford. Rick Chartrand of Hartford called for a 10-minute misconduct to go along with his 2 minutes of tripping, so he must have done that rather blatantly. And it is Rick Lee for cross-checking, and Hartford having a lot of players in the sin bin. Chicago whaling in the shots now. It's 16-7 their way, so they have gotten a whole bunch of shots unanswered. Like I said, all is not bad, because I'll get the second pick in the draft, or first or second pick, or an early pick. But as things look now, we're not going to make the playoffs. 6.5 minutes left in the period. It's still 1-0 Hartford. Of course, Wayne Gretzky's beginning to come into his own with the Edmonton Oilers. And if historical indications are true, he's about to become a scoring machine for them. And now Hartford with a chance to go up 2-0. And there it is. Mark Howe, assist from Stoughton and Warner. 18-13 gone by in the first period, and it's 2-0. Of course, right about now they would have been starting the 2020-2021 season, but because of COVID, that did not happen. End of the period, Chicago 19 shots to 11 lead, but Hartford has the goal lead at 2-0. If you're watching this today being October 11th, 2020, we have a OOTP episode coming up sometime tonight. Look for it about between 6-7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Here's Chicago. They get back on the board. Ted Bully, assist from Mike O'Connell. 4:44 into the second period, and here come the Hawks. It's 2-1. Rick Chartrand called for a slash. His penalty minutes are racking up. And we're now a third of the way through period number 2. It's 24-14 on shots. Chicago now a 12 shot advantage, 26-14. And Reg Kerr gets called for tripping. And Hartford has the power play for 2. And they rack up some shots. Could they rack up a third goal? There it is. Espo having an off night. Blaine Stoughton assists from Howe and Rogers. 9:28 into the second period, and it's 3-1 Hartford. They're having an unusually good night. Jorgen Peterson, 2 minutes for interference. The season over, franchise hockey manager, I don't know when they're going to come out with version 7, or if they do because of the short off season. Liziak called for holding, and each team with a man in the box now. Sounds like an Allison chainsaw. Bum, 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 bum. 6 minutes left in the second period. Hartford creeping back up to even on shots. Doug Wilson called for a trip, and now it's a power play for Hartford. Could they make it 4-1? And there it is. Jordy Douglas, assist from Staunton and Veach. And they always say the 3-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Well, Hartford has that now. They're now leading in shots, 29-28. And it's 4-1. We have 1 minute left in the period. Andre Lacroix called for a hooking. So Chicago with a power play to wind up the second and start the third. They'll have 1:15 left in the power play. And let's start the third period. Shots are even at 29 apiece. And here comes Chicago. Prey has made a lot of saves, but he can't make that one. Don Ashby, assist from Sutter, and somebody else who I didn't pick up. It's 4-2. His game rating is 83.6 Don Prey, and Espo not having a good game at all at 60.6. Chicago back in the lead in the shots category, 32-29. 4-2 in favor of Hartford, looking to pick up an all-important 2 points. As they are 20th in the 21-team league right now. Next goal will be critical if there is a next goal. We are midway through the third, 4-2, and we have an injury to Bill Bennett, a mild calf strain. And a 2-minute minor to Sanusi for kneeing. You don't see that penalty all that much. 8.5 left. It's a 4-2 game in favor of Hartford. Shots are now 38-29, so Chicago has been the dominant team, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. Goaltender interference against Blaine Stoughton. So Chicago with a big power play, but they almost need to make this one. Get a goal off of this. 5 minutes left, and the power play expires with no goal. 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Hartford's going to pull it out on the road. 30, 20, 10 seconds. It's over. It's 4-2, and Hartford gets the W. So we'll take a look at the stats. 3 stars of the game, Stoughton, a goal, 2 assists. Mike O'Connell of Chicago gets an assist. And Don Propre with 39 saves on 41 shots. It's the first time Hartford has beaten Chicago this season. In their first 3 meetings, Chicago won 5-2 on November 23rd, 3-1 on January 17th, and 8 days prior to this game, it was Chicago over Hartford 7-4. So we'll show you what that does to the standings as we play out the rest of the games of today. And let's see what we got on the... We have 36 points now. We are 8-21-1 on the road. 8 wins, 21 losses, 1 tie, and we won 3 in a row now. So let's see who has the most points. I'm looking at the New York Islanders, 83. They have 83 points. Calgary is in the same division with 2 New York teams, a Philadelphia team, and a Washington team. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Edmonton, in case you're wondering, they have 77 points. That's second. It'd be the number 2 seed, I think, the way the playoffs worked in 80-81. Montreal's still doing good. And 2 teams at 39 points right above Hartford. The Detroit Red Wings have 39 points, and the Winnipeg Jets have 39 points. So those are the 2 teams they really got to catch up to. They have any chance of making the playoffs. How is Chicago doing? They are 30-24-5, 65 points. And they've been just a little over 500, both at home and on the road. So that was this week's installment of the Brass Bonanza series. Next week, it'll be March of 1981, and we'll do a game from there. Hope you enjoyed today's presentation. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well, no matter where you are, no matter when you see this. Godspeed and God bless. Catch you again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.